You know, most sins are against people. But I hope you know that the first person you sin against, anytime you commit any sin, is against God. In Psalm 53, you will see where David was praying. And after that thing that David did with Bathsheba, he was praying and saying, God, have mercy. Say, against you only have I sinned. Like, sir, you killed somebody. You committed adultery with his wife and killed him to cover up. But there was a revelation he had. Because every time we sin, the first person we violate is God and his agenda. Especially if you are a believer. Why is that? Listen, every time you waste your time in sin, you are slowing down something in God's agenda. Yes, God can do anything. God can do anything. But what happens when people do not cooperate with God is that God will have to wait for the next available vessel. There aren't an unlimited number of vessels. Jesus said that the laborers are few. There are people that their salvation is tied to your compliance. You think it's a giving that people that you were supposed to disciple and you were supposed to help, you think it's a giving that they will be helped if you fail? Meanwhile, there's a number of disciples that must be raised before Jesus can come, because every slot must be filled. I hope you know that most of the time that people come out to give their lives to Jesus in a crusade field, many times it didn't begin and end on the crusade field. There are some people that the reason why they came out to give their lives on the crusade field was because they have an aunt that is a disciple. She had been preaching to them. They said, no, I can't do all this religion. But they've been observing her life. They've seen that this thing is true. They have a colleague at work. That colleague is different. And when they try to find out that why is this colleague different, they realize that, oh, he's one of those Jesus people. It has left an impression in their heart. Then the day there was a culmination was that day when they were on the crusade field and somebody was preaching, and then everything joined, and then they came out for altar call. It wasn't a decision that was just made that day. And in saving people, do you know how valuable one soul is? So you just being a Christian, you just growing spiritually, you just being a mature believer, you don't know the effect it's having on the people around you. There is a spiritual perfume, spiritual aroma that comes out of a believer that is walking in the light, and that aroma must come out of you. That's why when believers default, they are slowing down God's plan. You see, the truth is that God is the ancient of days. If our generation does not cooperate, God will wait till he finds a generation that will cooperate, and in finding, he will find. I hope that what is supposed to take 20 years, what's supposed to take 1,000 years, what's supposed to take 2,000 years will not take 20,000 years. The Spirit and the bride says, come, Lord Jesus. You don't know the effect, the way it has affected the balances in the spirit realm. This gospel is the gospel of